Hi guys, welcome to Mike's Miniature Motorland channel. My name's Mike and this is my slot car cave that I have here. I'm into 1/32 scale racing. I have a Carrera 4-lane track and we've done some Group C racing here today. Had some people come from all around Victoria and places. I've started a new post on my channel called Meet the Racer, and we had a racer here today from Mildura, and he'll have a wee chat about himself and introduce himself, and we'll see how it goes. And if you like it, we'll keep following my page and I'll update some more. Thank you. So welcome, this is Russell and he's going to introduce himself and tell us a bit about himself. And when did you get into slot cars, Russell?
Well, I suppose you could say initially it was back in 1968, but it was only for a short period of time. Back in those days you were more interested in girls than cars. But I found that I've really had the interest my whole life, but haven't really got involved in it until just recently, probably because of COVID. And now I'm so deeply into it that it's almost like an obsession. You've got to keep telling your wife how many new cars you can afford each week and justify buying them. Sometimes I sneak them in through the mail. Sometimes I've actually got to plead. But generally speaking, I get the cars I want, which is never enough.
So on that style there, how many cars do you own at the moment?
Probably around about 35. I started out with about 6 Carrera digitals, mainly because I went Carrera digital track. But all the cars I own since then are what you would call hobbyist cars rather than toys. They're the likes of the NSRs, Sideways, Slotted, Black Arrows, and anything else you can really think of in that class. I like the tuning ability of cars. The fact that you can actually put different tension springs in some to see whether you can get better or worse performance on your track. My biggest drawback at the moment is I haven't had many people to race against. That's why I'm down here at Mike's.
And where are you from, Russell?
I'm from up at Mildura. There are a few people up there that have cars and tracks, but to get them to go to the one track at the one time is still a work in progress.
So really appreciate you making the effort to drive how many hours?
It was about 5 hours, but country people drive all that all the time. You know, it's not like city traffic. It's no traffic lights, so you just cruise. That's fine.
And so you've been here for, say, 4 or 5 hours?
Yes.
And you've probably done 4 or 5 hours of laps around my track?
Oh yeah, probably a few hundred, probably 500 laps, and I'm still learning because it's 4 lanes wide. The hardest one is the one I'm spending the most time on.
That's very good racing skill, that is.
Yeah, I'm fairly confident I won't finish last tomorrow, but it doesn't care if I do. The fact that it's competitive racing is all that it's about. First, last, in between. It's just a matter of being with a group of people that have something in common.
Well, I think you're going to fit in here well with us tomorrow. We're a pretty friendly sort of bunch. You're the first on the rank for my Meet the Racer, and hopefully this is acceptable for everybody, and they're all keen to have a go and tell us all about their lifestyle and slot car racing.
I'm looking forward to hearing what everybody else has to say. I'll meet most of them tomorrow, hopefully, and I've already met Doug.
Gary,
I should say.
Yep, Gary came in today to do a few laps with you.
And if everybody's as nice as Gary, it'll be a lovely bunch of blokes.
Right, thank you very much, and yeah, we'll just add some details in of his cars and results and stuff for tomorrow, and see how we go. Thank you very much.
No worries, thank you.
So, the racing's been and done. How do you think you went, and did you enjoy yourself?
I enjoyed myself immensely, mainly because I haven't really done any competitive racing for a very long time. But I found that as an experience. I was a bit disappointed with my performances because I tended to overdrive a few times. when I wasn't overdriving, I was fairly happy. But generally speaking, overall, I think I was just too tired from my trip. My reflexes seemed to be a bit off. But other than that, it was nice to be with a group of other people. That is a first for me, so that made it very enjoyable.
Well, from my side of it, I would have to rate you as a good driver. You were consistent. For not being here before, you did really well. It's pretty hard coming onto a group of guys that are pretty competitive. But yeah, well done. Thank you very much for your travel.
Yeah, the muscle memory is so different to my track, so probably that could have been the reason why I felt I was off the pace. But yeah, it's a great learning experience.
All right, thank you, Russell, and yeah, maybe we'll see you either here again, or I'll come and visit you. And
we'll see someone around the tracks for sure.
Thanks, Russell. See ya.
Nice.